Today's show is brought to you by Organifi. Organifi is an organic superfood supplement line that makes quality, trusted nutrition convenient and accessible. Their most popular product, the green juice, solves the problem of juicing greens on the go. We all know that we need to get those fruits and greens and vegetables and all that in our diets, guys, and here's a quick and easy way to get it. You just add water, drink, and let your body soak up the benefits. Visit Organifi.com to learn more about an exciting offer for you, our podcast listeners. That's Organifi, Organifi.com. Today's show is brought to you by PayPal. With PayPal, you can have fast access to business loans to help manage cash flow and growth. When it comes to growing your business, PayPal is your payments partner for today and tomorrow. Visit paypal.com/growth to set up a free business account today.
I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am. And I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles. You're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by the Bayesian sensation, Mr. Carl Wesley Phillips.
What's going on, y'all? What it do?
And the illustrious, indubitable Dr.
Oh, that's a new one.
Dr. Pepper.
No, hey, we
You know
can't do
what I'm saying?
Dr. Pepper
Dr.
after last
Pepper.
week. He redeemed himself. We can't do it no more.
He did redeem himself. Hey, we got a lot of feedback from that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of
Dr.
people were
Pepper.
very impressed by the knowledge base of Dr. Pepper.
Yes, sir.
They, you know what I'm saying? They were impressed. We had a few haters that said it was 6th, 7th grade level question.
No question. Hey, but I always say I don't know the show if it was who's smarter than the 4th grader, 5th grader, but the kids were smoking them,
Right.
so I feel real
got
good
a
about
good
that.
start.
See? I feel real good about that.
I think the most shocking part of it was the fact that Douglas was carrying the team. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
I think on its heels, we would have thought that Carl would have been, raising the curve, being the magna cum
It was
laude.
GED questions, though. It
Hey.
was GED questions.
doubt.
Carl was way past the GED.
I was
You know
going
what
for the
I'm saying?
speed. I wasn't going for necessarily accuracy on this one.
Yeah, no, Carl said
Yeah, speed
the
kills.
acorns in the pine tree. I'm like, oh, hold up, Carl. You can't have pine cones and acorns, bro. That's a hybrid you
Well,
want.
I'm
That's
saying,
a hybrid.
He might not have had no acorn trees in Barbados.
No.
So that wasn't
Way to
that
come
wasn't
back.
a good
Yeah, I appreciate
question.
that. I'll take that.
And he did go to Oakwood.
Yeah, there we
so,
go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
It's only right.
Feel me?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
man. We're all. Hey, thanks for all the feedback last week. We got a ton of feedback on the Instagram page, S2S Podcast. A lot of chiming in. Hey, the fellas was hitting me like crazy. I don't know what y'all text was doing, but my text was going off with people hitting me like, "Yo, I'm so glad y'all said that." Apparently, there's some new applicants to the Miserable Wives Club, and you know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to make sure we straight. So, do y'all want to dive into some holiday stuff, or you want me to give you my fair file first?
Fair file first.
let's get it.
Fair file. Then after your fair file, I want to talk about how Diddy was in West Hollywood Mall. In West Hollywood, right? Where you see Beverly Hills, West Hollywood. And I was like, you sure you're miserable? I got on her all week. Every time she say something to me, I was like, okay, so you're a miserable wife.
That's what misery
She's
looks like. You know what I'm saying? Well, misery loves
You know what I'm
company.
saying?
Let me come. Okay, so the first one just filed. So Sunday, my wife says to me, "Oh, I forgot to tell you, but tomorrow is Veterans Day and I got the day off. So I was figuring you could take the day off and we could go shopping."
No doubt.
First file, that's just file. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, since I don't have a real
You ain't got no job, right.
I had to oblige.
No
You know what I'm
doubt.
saying? So, when you don't actually do anything, you can just pause your whole life. So, I rearranged some things and we went shopping. So,
Now, was she less miserable? Let me just ask that before we even get into it.
she seemed pretty miserable, I'm not gonna lie. So, you know what I'm saying? Because she would rather go shopping with my mom, but since I guess my mom wasn't here, I had to go. But she wanted to go shopping. She flipped it. She said she wanted to go shopping for me. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Usually I go shopping by myself because it's a 30-minute process.
No doubt.
Go in, couple pairs of Levi's, 2 shirts, boom, boom, we out. So I usually go by myself, I don't know if y'all know this, but I still got like a little something left in the tank on the suave looks department. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to, I know this is a podcast, it's mostly audio. If y'all get a chance, Google me. You know what I'm saying? I'm still decently easy on the eyes. You know what I'm saying? So when I go by myself,
Google me.
You know what I'm saying? Hold on, I'm going somewhere. I'm going somewhere. So when I go by myself, I'm noticing that every time I go, I usually find the register, you know what I'm saying, with a young lady, and I can make small talk.
Yes.
And usually I walk in there and usually can get anywhere from 35 to 55% off my entire order.
Off.
Okay? The jean, everybody know Levi's supposed to be like $70, something like that, 65, I don't know.
You pay 30.
Every time, E. Every time I go, I'm like, yo. So I know who to find. I'm like, okay, boop, yup, she look like, you know what I'm saying? She enjoys a tall, handsome, light-skinned brother company. So I go over there, hey, how you doing? Make small talk. Nothing crazy, nothing over the top. Some may call it flirting. I call it being frugal, okay? I'm trying to make sure I get a couple dollars. All right, so I usually go by myself. So now, of course, my wife is with me, and we're shopping, boom, I grab a couple pair of jeans, couple shirts. I'm looking at the total, maximum $200. I know for a fact I can get out the door for under $120 if I'm by myself.
Yeah. You feel me?
So I turned to my wife and I was like, dear, I don't know how to say this. And she was like, what? And I was like, would you mind hanging back when I go to check out?
Miserable wives. You added
definitely added to
it. So I dead, and she was like, what do you mean? I said, would you mind? So I'm trying to come up with a good reason other than the fact that, babe, I'm about to save some money on this.
You handsome.
That why she shouldn't come up to the counter with me. Because I spotted my victim. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yep, there she go. She looked like, she ready for some company. So I said, can you hang back? And she was like, for what? I said, I just like to check out by myself. And immediately my wife knows, she's like, you about to try to flirt and get a discount. I'm talking about instantly. So now I was like, problem? She was like, no, I'm going with you. You gonna pay? I think I paid extra. You know what I'm saying? They put a little extra tax on that joint. Like, oh, okay, you got somebody with you today, huh? And so anyway, long story short, I went up there with her. Of course, I paid full price. I'm talking about full price. And they usually I go to Macy's, right? Like, I don't have time. Like, I don't want to be all through the mall. I just park right at the Macy's entrance, boom, in the minute, out, boom, we good to go. So I didn't have a whole lot of time, when I was with her. But usually, like I said, they'll take some off. Even if I don't have my Macy's, they always, they'd be like, oh, you can save 10% if you got your Macy's card. I'm not using my Macy's card because I'm never going to remember to pay that Macy's bill. You're going to try to tear up my credit. So I would always get the love, even without the card. So I went up there, of course, I didn't get the love. We walked away. And she was like, were you really going to let me sit back there while you go up there and work your little fake magic and get a discount? And I said, absolutely. I could have saved us $100 by just going up there myself. And I ain't say I asked for no number. I didn't say, hey, do you got a man? I'm just going up there on the straight vibe. You know what I'm saying? Hey, how are you? I'm good. How you feeling today? Work slow? Good? Oh, okay, cool. All right. You know what I'm saying? Just a cool conversation. And then some kind of way, I always get the do. And I look at the thing, and she'd be like, I just gave you a nice little, I'm like, man, thank you. That was so sweet. I appreciate that. All right, I'll see you next time. Nothing crazy. And so my wife was like, yo, and I was like, man, I'm gonna have to bring this to the podcast. And she was like, yeah, you should take it to the podcast because that's foul all day. And Carla E gonna tell you it's foul, and the rest of the world gonna tell you it's foul.
I just got one question though. When you do it, when she's not there, do you have to slip the ring off or can you keep it on?
Now that was the question she asked me later.
Okay.
Now.
Okay.
If I do that, I'm walking out that joint, it's free. You know what I'm saying? If I slide the ring off, I'm getting that joint free. You know what I'm saying? I might come back and buy the whole store up if I slip the ring off. You know what I'm saying? I still got a little something. So I always left the ring on, never took the ring off. Although now, you're giving me some intel, that I didn't want, now that I got. And I got the little rubber ring too, so I'm talking about that joint slide
right
quick.
off.
So if you take, so let's ask the first question. Ring on.
Ring off.
No, ring on. Okay, we'll go ring on first. Y'all tell me. Is it fair or foul for me to ask my wife, just hang back 10 paces, make it look like we not together, like you ain't never seen me before in your life, and you about to check out with some, with your own stuff, and I just go up here and finesse it. Fair or foul?
Let me tell you how I feel, Carl.
No, I'm laughing. Go ahead. I'm gonna share mine after.
Oh, so let me say this to you. For all I could think about, and this I'm saying foul. That's why I'm gonna tell you it's foul. Because all I can think about is Didi asking me to stay back while she go to the counter and do it. And I'm like, I don't know if I want that. I'm not really sure I want her to do that. So I'm going to say foul just because if I had to reverse it, I wouldn't necessarily feel comfortable. But in the beginning, what you said on the $100, I could see you telling your girl, you're doing this for the greater good.
Like, this isn't about you. For the household.
Yeah, it's about the greater,
That's extra groceries. You know what I'm saying? Light bill money.
Yeah. I understand. Yeah, I can see the greater good. But
help me, help us.
What supersedes that is I wouldn't want my girl to do the greater good on my behalf while I'm sitting there.
Well, now you're making it seem like you're prostituting yourself out. I'm just talking about a conversation, bro. I ain't say you had to let nobody get no grown man gifts.
Maybe I got to be there to see this conversation. Yeah, maybe I got to be there.
You made it seem like they was letting the grown man gifts fly. We all know that's foul. I'm just talking about a little conversation. Hey, how are you? Man, it's raining outside. Still, just something.
What did Abraham do in the Bible? Abraham told my man it was his sister. Did you thought about going to halfway? Kind of pass me out on this. So then, see you foul. I can't go with it because just the exact same reason as you were saying it. I was trying to imagine Tamisha.
I feel this whole. Yeah, I would be.
I'm saying I go by myself 99% of the time and get my own stuff, and I'm always getting the discount.
But you said though in this situation, so to have Candace sit back and wait 10-15.
Hey,
bruh, I didn't say I wouldn't go. I had to lead them all with this girl. Just sit back 10 feet. Let me work my magic.
Hey, just to be clear, it's not the same. It's not the same salesperson every time, right? It's different people, right?
No. We was at a completely different mall. We went all the way down to Lennox. Bro, Carl, I'm batting 1,000 by myself, bro. 1,000. I could be in Japan. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter, bro. If we at the mall and Macy's, I know where I'm going. I ain't say Louis. If I'm in Macy's, cause look, Macy's they can give you a discount at Macy's. It ain't that deep. You know what I'm saying? They just put in yesterday's sales price. It ain't that deep. You know what I'm saying? But by myself, 100% of the time. And I could show receipts for that. Yeah. But I had my wife, sure enough, she looked up, she looked at me, she had a smile on her face, she looked at my wife, she was like, and charged extra.
No question. No question. And I feel you 100%. But yeah, just to have Candace sitting there for 10, 15, that's a long 10, 15 minute wait while your man save 100.
3 minutes. I need a little extra conversation, just a tad bit.
I'm just mad because now Candace gonna call Didi and the miserable wives gonna last at least another week.
Hey, we might well be miserable and paid. You know what I'm saying? At least we got a couple dollars. You know what I'm saying? What somebody say? I'd rather be crying my eyes out in Ruth Chris than Dennis. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. So then I guess y'all saying, if it's foul already, I guess y'all would say taking the ring off would really be foul.
I'm talking about
flagrant foul.
But you heard it here though.
Suspended.
Yeah, you heard it here on the Secret to Success, podcast, people. You're getting the secret to success, right?
I promise you. I didn't need, when we did it, you know with the spirit I did it when I first said something, I felt like it was teamwork, like espionage. I was like, I thought she was going to be like, okay, bet, I'm going to aim right back here.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, it could have, you know what I'm saying? A little role playing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it didn't work out that way.
I might have told her, hey, you act like you shoplifting. You know what I'm saying? Like just something, you can be a part of this too. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't work out like that, and I had to pay full price.
No, not for Candace, it didn't. No, sorry, Bob.
So what's the moral of this story? Never go with my wife shopping again.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. You ain't have to have the conversation if that's
what it sounds like.
100%.
All right, so next time, and he got a lot of nerve talking about
buy
rings.
your stuff.
He ain't never had no ring on.
Don't buy no stuff.
He never had no ring on. You know what I'm saying?
I know, right. But that's what I'm just saying though, that I didn't say it for me. I just said in general, they felt like, you know what I'm saying, you was like really going in. It was like, they might be like, oh man, he's single, and then now they feeling like you single, and then he gave you, like you said, you got it all for free. That's next level.
So you know what they say about assumptions. That ain't my problem. So let me ask this real quick, and I promise we'll move on.
But you set him up though. You insinuated that she, you know what I'm saying?
Doubt.
Like, yo, you got a
absolutely.
chance. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, with the ring off. With the ring off, it could get dicey. But let me ask y'all this. So am I wrong for accepting the discount when I'm on the solo?
Again, if you're on the solo, it's fair game. You ain't got to play no games. You on the solo, just being you. You ain't got to do nothing.
So what y'all are really saying is you guys are faulting me for being honest with my wife.
Don't say y'all.
I'm being honest. Carl want me to fake in front of my wife like I don't take the discount.
I didn't say you was okay either way. Yeah, I didn't say you was okay either way.
So let's flip it.
A question about the ring.
So you're telling me you're not going to take the discount.
My secret superpower. I got to use my secret superpower whenever I see fit.
What I'm saying, Carl, is what he just said. I'm saying even without Candace, it's foul because it's misleading. You know what I'm saying? Like, he throwing the sauce on intentionally for the 50%, 60% off. So he's mesmerizing you, Carl. You know what I'm saying?
Manipulative.
Like, it's not right. He's taking advantage. He's manipulating them. And they don't even know
First of all, I'm a nice guy. It's not like I'm a jerk and I'm just like flip. I'm a naturally
no questions
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
But then I think you might add
a
something
little
though when
sauce.
you say,
I'm not gonna lie.
She say 10%, 20%.
If it's at a 75 on normal, I may kick it up to 89. You know what I'm saying? That I'm gonna be honest.
So let me say this.
I'm being fully transparent.
Fair.
Here. This the thing. This the thing I love about the podcast. I just get to say it. I get to put it out there. And if I get judged, I get judged. I'm not tripping, but I'm just tripping on Carl because he's saying it's cool when my wife not there, but when my wife get there, I should lie and act like I don't usually do it.
I'm not saying lie.
Who's really wrong?
I'm not saying lie. It's time and place. It's time and place. There's certain things you could do in certain situations. You just can't do it other times.
Yeah, and I give you this. If you get 10 to 20% off, I think it's fair. Once you start adding that other stuff to get to like 30 to 40.
No. She give me the full. I get the full family discount, bro. I get the family Black Friday discount.
Get the full family. And your family ain't there, then that's fine. That's fine.
We're gonna put,
little mama thinking she about to get
something on S2S podcast. Y'all go to the IG. Let us know what y'all think. Be for real, too. Don't come on there just saying foul because you want to be down with E and Carl. Like, for real, is there anything wrong with me telling my wife, just hang back, look at a dress or two while I get, you know what I'm saying? Hang back.
I'm starting to see a pattern. First it was he didn't want to take his shoes off, so Candace, you just go over there. Now you at the store, it's like, hey, just go over there and chill. I'm starting to see a pattern, see.
And then he lied to Trey. Yeah, something's happening here. He told Trey that Paw Patrol just was canceled for good.
Yeah, I still feel bad about that. Well, you know what the problem with Trey now is he getting older, he don't believe nothing I say. Dad, no, it's not, Dad. I'm like, shoot. So I'm even having to find a way to reinvent that. You know what I'm saying? They brought Paw Patrol back. Yeah. And, he knows it now. So, man, I'm just, I just like to be very transparent. I'm a human. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect. I'm still working on some stuff. So, anyway, let's transition off of that. I want to get honest feedback from women and men, husbands, wife, you single, for real, fair or foul. Just let us know. If it's foul, cool. I'll stop. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to see a vote. I want to vote on this thing. All right, we got Turkey Day coming up, man. I know we'll probably, are we going to do, we got a podcast to do next week. So y'all will get one on Thursday, but we'll do that one probably, I don't know, next week. But people have been asking us about Thanksgiving plans, stuff like that. So somebody sent in the question. I'll just read that before the Ask ET now. Who's the best Thanksgiving Day chef out of the three? Well, no, I give
none
it
of us
to
cook.
E the only one who could attempt a turkey. So,
no doubt.
Yeah, I give it to E on that tip.
Yeah, none of us actually cook on Thanksgiving. I do make a turkey, of course, every year, but none of us really
E make
cook.
just about the only turkey I like. I don't like turkey like that, but E turkey.
I don't either. Yeah, I don't like it either. Yeah,
Can you call it turkey? Yeah,
I don't
that's
know what
something special. That ain't turkey,
He got his turkey tasting like pork some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That joint tasting. What was the recipe? I know we did it one time, but you do like
I never really did it because Mr. B taught me, so it's one of those things, if I tell you, I got to kill you.
But I do know it has something to do with honey, though, right?
I will go online this year. Huh?
It did have something to do with honey, though, right?
Oh, it's a lot more than that.
Honey, you know what? Honey's at the very end. Honey's not really necessary. It's the stuff that it's the...
I feel like I've been there with you one time when you made it.
When y'all marinated it, yeah.
I wasn't taking...
Now look, Carl them dogged me out because one year it wasn't good, but what happened was I didn't buy it 3 days in advance and marinate it. So I did it like the day before. So since then, I made sure that I didn't do that.
Okay. Yeah, no. Well, anyway, E probably, I give it to E probably number 1. And I'm 2, and Carl is in. I'm talking about
I'm telling
dead
you,
last.
Yeah, I'm talking about negative.
Carl will burn cereal. You know what I'm saying? Like, Carl ain't got no.
Oh no, I think Carl's sweeter now. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm
the
gonna
Hello
ask
Fresh didn't turn Carl
to help
decent though.
Make it turkey, and then Carl could do it on his own. But Hello Fresh need to just come out with that. Yeah, they need to come out with the
Thanksgiving Day edition.
Thanksgiving, yeah, that's all.
That'll be the lick too.
Then he'll be tight work. Yeah,
yeah, and
that's
y'all up
lick,
there
bro.
with the dressing. I'm actually not coming back to Michigan for Thanksgiving. So,
don't tell your dad. Tell him I'll bring the dressing for you. Don't tell him. Just tell him keep making it.
Don't you worry your pretty little heart. I will have some dressing now. That is not going to be a concern. How I get it, where I get it, I don't know yet, but I will have some with FedEx.
Coming.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever we got to do. But I got my in-laws coming down. Shout out to them. A lot of them haven't been down yet, so they coming down. It's going to be very tight in this 1-bedroom shack. But we're going to make it work, so I'm looking forward to it. What are y'all Thanksgiving Day plans, and what is y'all favorite Thanksgiving Day tradition that you're looking forward to?
True. Well,
besides watching the Lions get their
So that's what I was
kicked.
going to say. Sometimes, man, it just depends, but there are times where I'll go to the game, just depending on how the weather is, how Didi's feeling, but I'm thinking about going to the game this year just because I haven't been to the game and supported. Every year I got somebody that I'm close to, and Galladay is my guy now. Of course, he came to Jalen's triple-double in Chicago. So I'm thinking about going and supporting him. He needs a lot of support. The Lions are going backwards fast.
They need to just blow that whole franchise up.
Yeah, start all over again.
I'm so tired
you know what I'm saying? Start playing in Fort Wayne. You know what I'm saying?
Fort Wayne Lions.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But of course, I go to Didi's family's house every year for Thanksgiving, but I'm thinking about, last year I didn't do anything.
That's what I like. That's the only time, one day out the year, he get to be hood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
With the Hennessy and Dominoes. You know what I'm saying?
You feel me?
That's what I want to see is the hood, the hood Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it real.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, Carl got his whole family here, so I ain't think he
that's
got
what
to do
I said.
nothing.
Family is it's a reg. They up here. My brother not gonna be here this year. Last year, like almost every other year, my brother used to just literally just pop up. Like we didn't think he was coming. He'll fake it out, and the Negro would just show up at the doorstep. But he out west now, so that's gonna be a little bit more challenging for my man. But
that's right.
Yeah, just Cali. Family, man. Yeah, he in Cali now, so
no pop-ups
we
too.
just the board games, the Uno come out, the Monopoly come out, you know what I'm saying? Like just having fun, man. Sit back, everybody off, just chilling. That's kind of, and that dressing is a major part of the day.
Yeah, no doubt. He gonna have to come off the veganish for
bro.
the dress.
First of all, I came off of that. Carl sent me the Knicks, Carl sent me the Knicks in Laguna Beach.
Oh, you went to Knicks?
Yeah.
Oh.
You've been struck by a smooth criminal.
Oh
man.
I text E and I was like, I know you've been strong and all that, but you might need to just go on ahead and put that vegetarian, vegan thing aside for about an hour. You and Didi, just let it chill for a minute.
I remember when we went, Carl.
Bro.
I asked Josh, I was like, yo, where's Knicks at? I thought it was close. He was like, about an hour. I was like, shoot, we ain't had time.
Yeah, I
asked
you, don't worry.
What'd you get, E?
Yeah, that's...
Okay, so let's do this right now. Let's do this right now to all my vegan folk in the building, vegetarian, all my people who support ET. You're going to get your little feelings hurt, so go ahead and close your eyes. But I didn't even make a choice, see? It was made for me. Carl told me a year ago when he went, or however long ago that was, and Carl don't eat beef. And so Carl was like,
it's the same sandwich we had. See, I don't know if you remember the name of it. You remember it?
It's a ribeye melt is what it's called.
Oh, my God.
Let me tell you. You've been hit by, you've been struck by, you've been hit by a smooth criminal.
Oh, yeah,
Bruh.
I put Carl on that. Yeah, I
let me
let
tell you
Carl down the
something.
dark side for that one.
Oh,
It was
Carl, let me tell
over,
you
bruh.
something.
Over.
Bruh, let me tell you something. I thought I was a kid again. Bruh, the caramelized onions with that
Yes,
brown
sir.
sweet sauce with the, hey, you been hit by, you been struck by. Bruh, that joker was fire.
Oh, that's sick.
And let me tell you something. I don't do beef, period. I just don't, the texture, because I stopped eating beef like in 86, 87. So the texture is pretty tough. But they are succulent. Succulent. That joker
man.
was so, it fell off and then it went out of and then it hit my taste buds. And it was a little, forgive me, Rochelle, it had a little cheese on it. Rochelle told me back off the cheese. But it came with cheese. I didn't know it came with it. I just ordered the sandwich. I think it was cheese, Carl. If it wasn't cheese, I don't remember seeing any, but it was like milky like it. It had to be.
Yeah, it was like a cheese mayonnaise. Yep.
It had to be,
Exactly what it
bro.
was.
And so I hit that thing. Then my wife had this chicken breast something with a mashed potatoes and asparagus.
Yeah, no, that's
And
some of the best food I ever had in my life.
Ever.
bro.
No, I'm
Ever.
saying quality-wise.
Yeah,
Bruh.
for sure, yeah.
There was the freshest chicken. Didi gave me a piece of the chicken. I almost smacked Carl for not telling me about the chicken. I didn't know if I should do what I was doing to do that. Listen to me. I cannot tell a lie. Since we going there, I cannot tell a lie. Well, we ordered the chicken boy to go. We had the chicken boy. Like, let's get the chicken boy to go. And the next day, Didi woke up. It was no refrigerator. So, she wasn't homeless. So she doesn't do that. And so I was like, let me get that.
No doubt.
I'm being real. I ordered a scrambled egg with cheese from downstairs, brought it up, hit it with the biscuit, and I hit that chicken cold, put it on top. You've been struck by a smooth criminal. If you're in Laguna Beach, you're anywhere near.
no
I'm being
doubt.
real.
No
Go to
doubt
Nick's.
about it.
No,
The
John was on that
service-
joint last time, and I
Yeah, the service
promise
is
you.
phenomenal. Yeah, the
Oh,
service
it was-
is just as good as the food. Yeah.
Right
And let me
off
say
the
this to
water
you.
there. Oh,
If you are an
Incredible.
entrepreneur, please listen to me. If you're an entrepreneur, like, you gotta frequent these type of places. You gotta see that it's not just the product, right? But it's the people that's running it. Like I'm telling y'all, my wife, we tipped little man out. Listen to me. We too drove an hour, and some change to get to the restaurant off the beach. Carl was like, hit the boardwalk when you finish. My son was already on the boardwalk looking at the beautiful ward. It's a gorgeous city. It's a gorgeous site. The food is phenomenal. All my entrepreneurs, look, if you're not on the EBB call and you're not a part, look, you need to be down, but we're sharing gems. And I'm only saying this because when I went in that restaurant, I was like, this is how it's done. Like the food, the service, everything.
ambiance, yep.
Yeah, it's
How big?
incredible.
Hey, and both of y'all, how big is the restaurant? Because people probably think we talking about
You
some
can't fit
deluxe,
25
super.
people
How
in
big
it.
is it?
Yeah,
You
no,
can't
small.
fit 25
Bananas.
people in it.
Yep. But from the time you walk into that place, it's an experience. I told E, watch out, they're flamingoed out. And we went, was it a year, 2 years ago?
I think
and
that
I can still remember the
2 years
experience.
ago, I think. Maybe
2
3.
years ago, I still remember the experience. I was like, yo, E, look out, they're flamingoed out. E hit me on the same thing, like, yo, the service, the way they talk to you, like, you just feel like like, where everybody knows your name. You feel like you in
always
cheers,
glad
bro.
you came.
Always glad you came. Yeah.
Oh, man. Cool.
All right, before we jump to that real quick, let me introduce our sponsor for this segment. It's PayPal. You guys have been hearing us rock with PayPal now for the last couple of weeks. And we have another testimonial to share with you and just kind of share with you guys how PayPal can be impactful for your business. So this one is about Strong Oaks Woodshop. When carpal tunnel syndrome put his computer programming career on hold, Michael transformed a setback into an opportunity by starting his own business. Strong Oaks is a thriving online company selling handcrafted furniture made from reclaimed lumber. When his bank wouldn't loan him $17,000 for machinery, Michael turned to PayPal Working Capital for help. The lender for PayPal Working Capital is WebBank, a member of the FDIC. He was blown away at the application process. It was that fast and simple. After receiving his loan, he grew his business, but then a fire burned the business to the ground and 15 people lost their jobs. Faced with starting over, Michael turned to PayPal working capital again, applied for, and received another loan. The same year he lost everything, Michael was able to rebuild his business to previous levels. Of course, every business is different and results may not be typical. But whenever you are ready to grow your business, PayPal can help by providing fast access to funds. So visit paypal.com/growth to set up a free business account today.
So Thanksgiving is going to be lit. Shout out to everybody. We'll do another podcast. We'll have one up for y'all on Thanksgiving, I guess, for y'all to check out. But just wanted to, you know what I'm saying? It's that time. You know what I'm saying? I was in Macy's yesterday. They got the Christmas music going already. I'm like, yo. Mm-hmm. And so y'all know me. It's about that time to get my Christmas tree delivery, as well as this year I think we're going to order somebody to come in and put up the lights too. Although I got a quote, I was like, okay, no, y'all tripping. Somebody said $1,000 to put up some white lights. I'm like, oh, okay, no, y'all done, for $1,000, you know what I'm saying? I'll pull out my step ladder and get busy. So, I'm looking for somebody to come through, hang these lights. If you know somebody in the A, just send them my way.
Oh, no questions asked.
So what was you saying about being in West Hollywood?
Oh, West Hollywood was, yeah. I'm embarrassed though. See, we went to a spot. Is it Soho House? I think is what you
Soho
call
House.
it. Bro, I felt so...
I've only heard rumors. You know what I'm saying? You got to be big time to go there.
Bro, let me tell you something. I went in that joint at night, first with my boy Rashad. And, bro, I went in there, the skyline off the charts. I pull my phone out, just ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Just hood ghetto rat. I'm videoing. My man come to me like, excuse me, sir. No pictures, no videos, no nothing.
You can't take pics?
Bruh, you've never been in here. Like, you didn't come. I'm like, whoa.
You were
that?
officially in the Illuminati.
Bruh, I'm like, what? I can't
you know what I'm saying,
what?
Carl? You can't take pics.
You can't take
My man was like,
Bro,
no
I took
pics,
some pics
no
in the
videos.
Sistine Chapel.
Right. It says, sit your butt down. You can't. And so then I went the next day with Lewis Howes, and I promise you, like, I was like, yep, you can't, yep. I was like, yo, this big time. There was, like you said, some big names, like big names. I met a couple of people when I was there, but I was just like, yeah, this next level when you can't take pictures, you can't document, you can't say you've been there. I'm like, yeah, this is a whole nother level.
Like Men in Black, they just hit you with the flasher on the way out.
Yeah, no question, on the way out, bro.
Gone.
You don't want that life, y'all.
Yep, meanwhile, me and Carl was at Denny's just plotting on the come up. You know what I'm saying? Over the breakfast scrambler. You know what I'm saying?
The breakfast scrambler.
Unbelievable. Oh, did you look at your text? Did you see the text I sent you? We got those joints coming for Black Friday.
Veganish, I love it.
Yeah, we got the for everybody, for the fellas in your life, or fellas for yourselves, we have on Black Friday, we're releasing the official Grown Man Gifts t-shirt. On Black Friday, it will be ready on the site, as well as for everybody who is on the same path as E, the Vegan-ish t-shirts.
Yeah, what a path it is.
So the Vegan-ish t-shirts and the Grown Man Gifts t-shirts. Y'all been asking on the comments for merch from the podcast, so we wanted to get y'all right with the GMG, and the Veganish t-shirts will be ready on Black Friday. I'll try to remind you again next week when you hear it. But definitely check that out for Black Friday. All right. So should we actually talk about something in this podcast, or should we just call it a day?
It's almost the holidays. I'm feeling good. Yeah, I'm feeling good. It's the holidays. We came with fire last week. We need a reprieve. Last week was heavy. Let me tell you something. I've been living off of last week.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. Let me tell you something. I had quite a few bullets left in the chamber for last week. I let it, you know what I'm saying? I let it die, but when we bring it back around, I got some more heat.
And bring it back. On to the next. We're going to have to bring the ladies all together again for the holidays and give the ladies, our lady listeners, something to chuckle about. Miserable
What happened
Wives
to them
Club.
doing their own podcast? I thought that was supposed to be.
It's too much work. They don't have a Carl.
They actually got to,
they don't have a Carl. So it's going to be rough for them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They just want to get on and grab the mic and talk. But they don't have nobody that's going to really facilitate the process.
Exactly. But since you guys are loyal listeners, we'll give y'all a topic anyway. And E and I were actually, he left me another 10-minute voice note. C, E.T. I hope, just never stop saying that, because wherever I'm at, it gives me a hearty chuckle every time you say who it is on the joint.
You know what I'm saying?
I love
it. It's E.T.
I've been E right hand for 14 years. He's still, C, it's E.T.
Just in case you don't know my voice.
Eric
Yeah.
here.
Eric.
That's just old school from back in the day when you had an answering machine, for real.
Yeah.
You just had to like say who it was. But anyway, E, we were talking about using your gifts and putting them to work as a public service and then charging for them. So I guess, you know, it kind of came about because, you know, you get people who are like, yo, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Should I be charging? Should I be doing, you know, philanthropic work? How do I know when I should be charging? So E, I kind of let you take it from there, but I know we were talking about, you know, how to monetize your gift. And then what happens is, and most of you out there probably know what you're talking about, like, you could be sweet at like artwork or something, and then people are like, yo, you draw me this. Like, can you draw my family? Can you take pictures?
Question.
You might be sweet with the camera like Carl, and then, you know what I'm saying, nobody and then you want to charge the pastor $5,000. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like, Carl was quick to be like, yo, let me get that off you, player.
You don't know.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? When do you win?
Maybe Carl should talk about this topic. But knowing when to use your gift for a service, for a free service, and when to actually charge for it. And I think a lot of people actually go through that, especially entrepreneurs, right? Like, you know, for us, it's probably like, yo, can you come speak here? Can you do this? Can you do that? For Carl, it might be like, yo, can you put together like a PowerPoint or like a sweet video slide or you know, anything? Right. And Carl was doing it free until that fateful day when he finally decided, you know what I'm saying? R.I.P. Pastor Willis. To put it on somebody. But no, seriously, guys, how do you know when?
You laugh.
Especially around the Christmas season when everybody want to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you laughing, but Carl, get ready. I think this is, like, this year has been probably the more, you know, challenging year for me on that, because I think maybe I have been aware of it in a way that I wasn't aware of it in the past. But I just give you two quick examples. So the first one, you know, let's say here in the city, you know, I will say, hey, for real, you know, these kids need us. So you guys might have seen, you know, how school days kind of started, and I'm in the schools murdering it. Like, yo, I'm there Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And, you know, a couple people might ask me, like, yo, E, what you doing? I'm like, yo, I'm in the schools. They like, bet, where you at? I'm like, I'm in Sexton. You know, I'm up there blessing the kids, right? And my wife always says, because, you know, I'm always testifying about how good God has been to me, right? So they'll go with me, and then by the second week, they like, yo, E, can I, you know what I'm saying? Like, how much we getting paid? And I'm like, okay, like, I'm confused. Like, first of all, you are from Lansing. I'm not. You are literally from Lansing. I'm not. This is your community, not mine. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in Detroit. So I'm going to the school for free. Like, I'm blessing the kids for free. Now, I know you rolling with me in some kind of way. We had a conversation that we're not having no more, because I got to be, like, for real, I got to have some real hard conversations with people, because what happens is they make assumptions, and now they're with me for 3-4 weeks in the school giving back, and they like, yo, when I'm going to get paid? And I'm like, what? Like, yo, E, no, for real, I've been up there with you, and I've been giving my time and my energy, like, at what point am I? And I'm like, yo, I don't have a budget. Like, I'm doing this for free. So at what point do you feel like, so that's the first example of people will go and do things for me and tell me that they want to help me, but then before I know it, they asking me, can they get a check? And I'm like, yo, at what point are we both serving? But, you know what I'm saying? I just don't even see how that's fair. Like, I'm serving. Like, let's just say I'm at a church or wherever I'm at, and I'm serving, and then you come and play the drums. How is it that you get paid for playing the drums, but I don't get paid for speaking? You know
Did you ask me? Did you ask me, though? Did you ask me to come?
I promise you, I've never asked, but I do have to be cautious. And I'm like I said, I'm going to have to make some corrections, you know what I'm saying, as a Flamingo, because I'm letting you get involved. I should just cut you from the beginning and just say, yo, if you're looking to get paid, bro, I'm sorry.
What I'm saying, though, isn't that a lot easier for you? You getting $100,000 a speech, and I'm getting $100. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to save $100 by flirting with the lady at Macy's to save some bread. Now we both doing the same volunteer work. You talking about you don't need a check. Bro, I might still need a check.
And you do, but I'm saying don't connect with me though, because here's how people will get me.
You got the money. What you want me to connect with somebody else, bro?
I'm saying I'm not getting paid to do this volunteer stuff.
Well.
So I'm not about to pay you out of my money for something we both volunteering for. And here's the other one. Like here's the one that kills me. So people will call me on a regular for what I do for certain people is called a retainer. It's consulting. So people will call me all the time. Yo, E, what you think about, yo, E, I need a mentor, yo, E, whatever. And I'm giving you information, but then I'm like, I need a logo. And it's like, that's going to be $350. And I'm like, what? What happened here? Like I've had a revelation this year. Like, no, you didn't. Like, yo, I pick you up. You didn't say anything about gas, and I'm not tripping, right? But I had to pick you up, take you, boom. We said nothing. You hit me 3-4 times. Like, E, I really need some insight. Should I do nonprofit, profit? Okay, E, I'm in the speaking round. How do I take my gift I gave you boom, boom, boom. Like 7 months in a row, you called on me. I got you tight. But then I was like, yo, I need the logo. You're like, that's $350. And I'm like, what? And it's like, is it because I speak and make money that you could take from me? But then when I need something from you, because you don't have money, you gonna try. Like, I don't get it. And so I was just like, okay, see, I gotta help people because I'm not upset. Like, this is not a anger thing. This is maybe you're ignorant and you don't know. But I'm gonna say this, and my mom, I don't think my mom gonna get mad at me. I don't know. I'm gonna say it anyway. She'll call me if she pissed. But I'll never forget when I was younger, my mom and my grandma got into it. Right? And I was like, Mom, what y'all get into it for? What happened? And my mom was like, well, she was pissed because I took her to Chicago and she charged me. I charged her. And I was like, oh, what you mean by that? She was like, well, I was going to Chicago and your grandma wanted to go to Chicago. So I took her to Chicago, but I asked her for some gas money. Right? And I was like, oh, okay. Well, you know, okay, cool. I could see how you could do it for free because that's your mom, but give me the rationale. And my mom was like, because if Greyhound going to, you don't get to just get on the Greyhound and go with Greyhound and Greyhound going to. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, whoa, that's different, Ma. Like, I would think that because it's your mom that she should go for free. But I feel what you're saying. You driving, you had to put your gas money in there. So why should she? Like, I feel you. Like, I don't know that I would necessarily do that myself, but I get where you're coming from. And so to me, see, like, that's the whole concept. Is it like, because I got money, my mom was like, because I got a job, because I got a car, and I'm going up there, that if my sisters go with me, my mom go with me, that I should have to pay and nobody else should have to pay. And I've been on that lately. See, like, I got to help people to know when you should pay for something and when you should gift something. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't think a lot of people know. I don't think they know when.
Carl?
I'm saying check. So start with your motives, and I'm talking to you as the person, like, you know, seeking it. Like, check your motives. Like, if you're trying to do it for money, do it for money. If you're not, then don't. Like, serious. Yeah. And that sounds simple. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It sounds simple. But if you're gonna go up there and you got that thought in the back of your mind, like, yo, I wonder how much I could get for this, or like, for real, just don't do it if you know you're going to a volunteer opportunity looking for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and somebody told me this a while back, like, dude, when you get up and do any work, I don't care what it is, I don't care what the value of, you know, payment you get for it, what the compensation is, you should feel good about it in your stomach. And that's kind of the rule of thumb that I get now. Like, for if you ask me,
my stomach's empty because I ain't eating and I need a couple dollars. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't go get a job.
Asking for a friend, Carl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all so lovey-dovey. That's what I hate. Y'all so lovey-dovey. You know somebody trying to get a check. You know I'm volunteering my services because I'm hoping you say,
I don't, see. I don't.
Like, let me tell you our story. When I was young, right, it used to be funny, like, we would go next door, and it was like some old people, we called them Granny and Ed. They lived next door. So we would always, like, when it snowed, you had to go shovel that. My dad would be like, okay, you shovel ours, you shovel Granny and Ed, and don't take any money. But Granny and Ed would always give you a couple dollars if they knew you were out there. But they were hard of hearing a little bit, right? So me and my brother would go over there, and we figured out a little system to where
this is where the discount started. This is where the Macy's discount started.
Let me tell the story. So we would shovel the whole sidewalk. Then we would shovel their stairs going all the way up. And then, you know, it's like, if you never lived in Michigan, it would like build up a little ice. So we would shovel the door last, like right up on the door, but we would take the shovel and kind of like, bam, 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 right at the door, but act like we was chipping the ice, but really it was a de facto knock. And so they would come out and be like, oh, hey, we'd be like, oh, hey, sorry, just, woo, just shoveling. And they would be like, oh, and boom, they would go get us $5. And so, and we would always say, oh, no, we could never. And then they would be like, yo, here. And you like, are you sure? And then boom, you hit the tuck, boom, you have $5 later for the store. So I was doing it out of the kindness of my heart, but I wasn't. Okay? This is what I'm trying to tell you.
But seizing the opportunity at the same time.
In the lifetime of the opportunity.
Opportunity, no doubt.
Hey,
So
but like to Carl's point, he was young though.
Well, hey, I'm telling you, young fools sometimes grow to be old fools. So, at the same time, I want you to take yourself back to when you and Diddy had to walk 65 miles to school one way.
Right.
And eat a bowl of beans from the story you always tell us on the podcast.
Right.
Share the bowl of beans.
When you go volunteer at that time, or
Diddy
you
ain't
go
sharing
do
no bowl of beans. No, sir.
Hey, why are we even doing a podcast today? You know what I'm saying? I got work. So, back to you. Now, when you were back then and you needed some money and you went out and volunteered, you can't say you wasn't hoping Deaconess Jones didn't slide a 20 in your pocket.
Oh, man, see, I prayed. I went further than that. I prayed that the Lord would bless me. You know what I'm saying? I went further than that. But like to Carl's point, though, I never asked any of the students. I had drug dealers had money. I never asked them. I never insinuated to them. And I did the class every single day. And I think it goes back to what Carl is saying. I don't think there's anything wrong with asking for money. But I think when you don't ask for it, but you lie as if you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart only, then that's the problem. So people will connect with you and say, oh yeah, I just want to whatever. And then where the friction comes in. So you call Derek Green, call everybody. We pick people up, never ask for gas money. I was like, okay, God, if you want us to be blessed. They eat our groceries. We never was like, yo, you owe me. It was just like, yo, boom. And I think that there were blessings that came from that. So all I'm saying is to the first point, yeah, I agree with Carl. Like, just say, yo, look, I want to volunteer, but man, I really need to get paid too. So if there's not an opportunity, cool. If there is, let me know. But I can't be with you for the next 3 or 4 weeks if I'm not going to get anything, because then we put the tension. But I really want to speak to the second one, because I think that's the bigger problem. The bigger problem is that we think that other people should give us their gifts for free, but then we think we should get paid for ours. And I really want to be able to help people with that one, because it's like, because I do consulting work and maybe Alabama would pay me for it, or maybe an NFL player would pay me for it. Because you don't have money, you don't have to pay me for it. Okay, I get it. We bartering when it comes to my stuff. But then when it comes to you getting paid, you need cash. You know what I'm saying? You need $350 for your logo, or you need $350 for your business plan. And I'm saying, I want to help that person out, because I feel like when you play the game by those rules, I feel like it's going to take you a long time before you blow up, or a long time to be successful, because I'm about to cut you. Like, for real. And it had nothing to do with the $250 or the $350. It had nothing to do with that. I have the money, but it's like you disrespect my gift, and you see my gift as something that should be given to you. But when it comes to your gift, I should pay you for your time.
So how do you know when it's time to volunteer that time? And maybe you do it for a while. Let's say somebody come up to the church and they like, yo, y'all need a drummer. And I do it out of the kindness of my heart, week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And at what point should I be expecting a return? Should I ever be expecting a return? Like, how does that work? Because sometimes, we tell people to monetize free, right? So like somebody could come up and be like, yo, y'all need help with this, I'll do it. But at what point does that person start getting abused when you need to be cashing them out, and you just holding on to the loot, expecting them to do it, and now they done wrap themselves into something where they look greedy if they ask for a check, but at the same time, it's like, whoa, I said I'd help, but man, this is turning into abuse now.
Yeah, but what to Carl's point, we didn't communicate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't communicate up front. What and maybe you were afraid that if you communicated up front, and I think this is a lot of us, we feel like if we're honest up front, then we might get X'd immediately. Whereas we feel like if we play this manipulative game, then maybe there's a possibility that something could happen. And so I think, again, to Carl's point, we need to come and just say, yo, listen, E, here's the reality. I don't have any money. I don't have gas money to get back and forth. I don't have whatever. And then what we can say is, like, I had a gentleman who did volunteer at the church. And we did have a conversation. And he was actually the avatar that I used for the Take Control. And so he did explain to me, like, yo, I'm going to be real with you. I want to help the church, bottom line. And I don't want to get paid. But I'm in a situation where financially, I don't have the time to be up here all day, every day. So if you need me, let me know the time frame. And if I'm free, I can help you. If not, then look, but I got to work, right? And if anything ever happens in terms of the church, this is what he told me. He was like, look, I know all you asking me to do is like, like ins and out stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a matter of fact, he offered. He was like, okay, I see, we doing rocks, we trimming tree, like we doing a lot of stuff at the church and ain't nobody showing up. So you let me know on any Sunday, I can come up here early in the morning, do what I need to do. But do me a favor. I'm just being real with you. E.T., one of these days I want to work for you, bruh. And I was like, I got you. I don't have no opportunity for you right now, but I got you. And he went up there and did that. Bruh, he did such a good job with what he did.
That's the key right there.
Let's just say it again, Carl.
I said, that's the key right there. I'll get in after, but that's the key right there. You do such a good job.
Yeah, he did such a good job. See, that my wife was like, between the times that the church volunteers and the next time they volunteer, the weeds are just out of control. They just all over the place, And so he heard my wife say that. And so he was like, you know what? I'm going to come and just on my own, I'm going to start treating the lawn. And I tell you, when we come, the flower beds, the rocks, everything, immaculate. And my wife came to the church and was like, no, that's a job because he's not volunteering. Like, he's up here on a regular basis and we need to have a budget for our landscape. Like, we are a church. Our church needs to be beautiful. And so my wife was like, I got you. We can't give you a lot, but can you agree to this? And he was like, yeah, I got it. Then after that, my mom got 10,000 books to come in. And he like, yo, I ain't trying to be funny, but I know, you told me, you had opportunity. I heard your mom got a book. I heard the book's coming up. Hey, I know you normally do a company. Carl normally uses 2 men in a truck. But if I could get that opportunity, bruh, I was like, you need help? He's like, I need the money. So I'll take all 10,000 in the basement by myself. I got it. And he did it. And so I have found opportunities. He still volunteers, but every opportunity that I have that I feel like he could do the work and do it at the highest level that he does it, I'm going to keep doing it. But we had a real conversation up front. And I just think when you don't have a conversation up front and people have to guess, that's when things start going wrong. It's like,
yeah, but if I tell you my intentions is to get a little paper, you might shut me down in the first place. And I really don't have a shot.
And I might. And I might have to, see. Yeah.
No, I'll say it like this, see, listen to me carefully. Like, I'm going to add so much value to you that you're not going to lose me. And listen to what I'm telling you. You're not going to want to let me go. So give me 3 weeks, give me 4 weeks, give me 6 weeks, and I'm going to prove my worth to you. But after that, I am done. And at that point, you have an option to decide you're going to pay me and not being arrogant. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know my skill set, and I know that I can make them doggone flower beds look like something you've never seen. So if I'm coming with that, like, yo, I ain't trying to be mad. Like, I want to be a part. I want to help, but I do need some financial assistance. So I'm going to prove myself to you. And then after that, the decision is yours.
I'm ghost.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to be doing
Otherwise,
this for 2 years.
Yep.
I love y'all. Y'all balling. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Sound good. I still just think, you know what I'm saying? Take you back to, you know what I'm saying? Back in the back, you know what I'm saying? When y'all wasn't, didn't have the kind of paper you had, and there's some people still. But let's talk about it from a standpoint of not even, setting the conversation up front. When is it okay to monetize your gift, like with friends and family? So for instance, like I said, somebody takes up freelance photography. Let's say I'm an accountant, but I buy a camera and I start taking pictures on the side. Yeah. At first everybody's geeked up. Oh, it takes pictures. And then you get really good at it, right? but you've been doing it for free for your cousins. You went and did prom pictures. You went and did, now you're getting pretty good. How do you know when it's time to start charging for your gift and move into that structure? And then how do you convert people over after you've been doing it for free? And then you're like, yo, Ma, I know I've been taking some shots for the fam, but I'm gonna need $199.99.
No question.
To do, you know what I'm saying? Like, so not even on the volunteer tip, but just how, and I feel like, because there's a lot of people, like I said, we got a lot of entrepreneurs who follow us, one, and of course, people always like, the first thing people want is a discount, which is always crazy to me that the people close to you want the sweetest discount. And, I'm asking complete strangers at Macy's for discount. I would never ask my people for a discount. I'm trying to pay. Anyway, we'll get off of that.
We'll get to that later.
You know what I'm saying, though, E? When do you find, like, for real, you got your cousin call, hey, come speak. I live in California. Can you come speak to my elementary school? Like, whoa, how do you know when it's time to start charging for that gift and when it's like,
you said
let me
it,
do that for free? I'm talking about from off the jump.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you just said it, though. When I become professional at it, so I shouldn't ask you to pay.
Professional is in the eye of the beholder, player.
Well, I'm saying, really is not. When I say professional, I just mean
business cards.
Industry standard.
A certain
so if you're
standard,
taking pictures, so I had somebody that I'm close to take pictures for my mom's book. And, when the book came out, my wife, who gorilla, said to my mom, that looked like whoever took the picture, you just had a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken and you put it all over your face. You know what I'm saying?
The throw part too.
Yeah, you feel me? So we know a dude named Bruce.
Breaking the cycle too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We know a Thor too. You know what I'm saying? We know my mom about to get the Thor cover. Generational curses, bro. So we had a dude named Bruce, though.
No, for real, break the cycle. You know what I'm saying?
And Bruce Picks is like, bruh, Bruce is like LA. He in Detroit, but he taking pictures like LA, bruh, South Beach. You know what I'm saying? So I had to tell the person who did it the first time, like, yo, this isn't industry standard, bruh. Like, this is not industry standard. So you can't charge me for this is not industry standard. So my man Bruce charged a little bit more. And
wait, so that person charged you too?
That person attempted to charge me. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like, this is the whatever. And I was like, yo, it's not industry standard. So
did you give them anything for their effort, or you just?
I don't want to lie on the podcast. I got to go look at my records. Because knowing me, I probably did, do something for their efforts. But I just had to say, for real, like, this is not industry standard. So if you speak for a living and people are paying $2,000 for a speaker, then there's a standard, and you know what that standard is. So if you're taking pictures and it's something that I'm proud of, I can be like, yo, these prom pictures, this fire. But like, if you're practicing, you want to practice on your family and they let you, that's cool. But once you get to a point, for real, where it's industry standard, like it meets the qualifications of professional, and then I've got to give you my time, I've got to go and whatever you do, whatever your prep work is, like, here, let me say this to you guys. This is what made it real easy for me. When people said, there's a lot of things that are redeemable, but your time isn't. Like, you cannot get your time back. So I stopped looking at it as speaking, because people would say to me all the time, hey, E, I give you, how much you charge? Oh, bruh. Oh, okay. So then I give you $2,000 for 15 minutes. And I'm like, what? I give you $2,000 for 15 minutes, since that's what you charge for an hour. And I said, no. You have to understand, you're paying me for my prep time to get my message ready. You're paying for me to travel to your event, stay there if I have to stay, travel time back, the actual speaking. So it may take me about 14, 15 hours just to do the entire work. If I got to get on a plane, if I got to drive, I got to spend the night. So what you're paying me for is not just that I'm a professional, but for my time that I can't get back. So if you call me in Cali, if you can't pay me what I'm worth, I can't come. But if you call me to Sexton, which is right up the road, we could work something out, bruh. I mean, I'm only going to waste, literally 12 minutes getting there, 30, 40 minutes speaking, 12 minutes to the crib. I'm going to waste about a good hour. So yeah, I'm willing to barter with you because you're only taking an hour of my time. But if you waste 24, 48, 12 hours of my time, you consume that, since it is a commodity that a resource that I cannot get back. You got to pay me for that. So get out of the picture taking, the speaking, the making logos, whatever it is, and see your time. You are being paid for your time. And if a person can't pay you for your time in exchange for the product that you're giving them, then we can't do business together.
No, I understand that. I got you. Carl, anything you want to add?
He killed it, the time part. The only thing I'm gonna speak to is the families. For all y'all out there that's asking your friend, your hookup for the hookup, like for real. Let me explain this very, very, very carefully. I've been studying wealth. Jamal been on my head about understanding wealth and generational wealth. And if you go back in history, the families that are like the wealthiest, and I'm not gonna go into all the research, but what they do is they actually pour back into the family. Every transaction, we talk about Jewish culture being wealthy. They said money exchanges at least 7 times within that community before it leaves. So all those that's asking for the hookup and the discount, you're better served paying that person 10% extra because now you're supporting that person. The next time you need something, your kid got a birthday, they got an extra $50 to give you back. So I'm just speaking to that, like for real, take that serious. Like the hookup is cute, but it ain't getting you. Let me say it like this. The hookup is cute for high school. Like we grown now, like that gotta stop. Like you gotta support and pour back into the system that's supporting you. You know what I'm saying? You can't be doing stuff like that. Your mom, your dad, your cousins, your uncles, like you gotta be pouring back into them. You should be giving them, like E always talk about the tips. I seen E get a barber $100 before he even cut his hair. I don't know if that was for that cut, if he had got his hair cut like 3 times that week, I don't know. But I'm just saying, you pour back into the people that's there because that's the same community that you pulling resources from. So that's it. See, I just want to speak to that because I've been studying it, man.
Yeah, and the level of engagement is going to be different, guys. So to Carl's point, I call the barber at any time. Like, yo, I need something at 6. Hey, I got a flight. I need you to. And so I'm paying him to get to his shop early. And I'm also paying for privacy, and I'm not trying to be mean. But there are certain places, public places that I used to go to where for real I could just chill. Now, I ain't gonna say it, but there's something that we try to do in different cities regularly that I stopped going to a little bit because it's like, yo, I don't want to be a celebrity. Like I'm not like ET. Like I don't like to be worshipped. Like I'm not that dude. And so there's certain venues I want to go to because I just couldn't be myself no more. Like we just can't chill and kick it. It's and so for him, I'm paying him to get up early. I'm paying for him to be there when he said he's going to be there. I'm paying for him not to take an hour. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying for the conversation. Again, like I said, the 6 o'clock in the morning, that's kind of early. So the engagement level is different when you say, for instance, you gonna call C. C might be like, yo, I'm not answering all calls, or I'm busy, or it's the weekend. But if I call C because of the level of engagement, he like, oh, he must really need something. He's gonna answer. A lot of people call me, and I'm like, yo, I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm not answering no more. This is the last quarter, November, December, family, church. I'm going hard with the church, C. I'm going hard, bruh. I'm with them all day. And so I'm looking at your phone number and I'm like, yo, you never give me anything. Every time you call me, you want something. You want tickets to a game. And I'm not mad at you. It's like, yo, E, my boy, E got connects. I'm going to try to see I'm not mad at you. But it's like every time you call me, you want something and you never give me anything. Yo, nope, not answering that call. Or every time you call me, you might take something from me and I give something. All right, cool. Maybe, maybe not. But if you are constantly pouring into me, I got to answer the phone. You know what I'm saying? I got to stop because if you calling me, you are a phenomenal resource to me. You pouring into me and helping me. Like you are my energy. You are my thinking. You're my hand. And I got to do that. So I just want y'all that are listening, ask yourself, am I the person that's always calling for something? And that get old after a while. I'm just being real. I don't care how cool a person is. I don't care how relational they are. It get played when every time I take you somewhere, you grown now. You feel me? You grown. I even tell my son, like, yo, I ain't trying to be funny, bro, but are you gonna make the assumption that I'm about to fill your gas tank up every time you see me? Like, I'm not mad. Put gas in my daughter's car yesterday, but I like it. She did what C said. Jada was like, no, Dad, I'm good. I'm like, boo, it's snowing. It's 30 degrees. You don't need to be pumping gas. I mean, I know you can, but she's like, Dad, I promise you, I got it. She 2-timed me. I was like, nope, I got you. She's like, all right, if you insist, Dad, but like, I can do it. I'm like, no, let's go to the gas station right now. Fill up her gas. You know what I'm saying? I promise you, this is my daughter. When we stopped, she got out the car. I was like, I'm good. She's like, no, you paying for it. I can pump. I'm like, the whole reason I brought you here was to pump and to pay. She's like, all right, you sure? I was like, I'm sure. So even if she being fake, see, I still love the fact that my daughter is not taking me for granted. So that those of you who are, so-and-so, he ain't answering my phone. Well, maybe because it ain't mutual. I don't know. So constantly look to give, and this is why I'm gonna tell you this. I have never seen Didi bless somebody and they refuse it. I've never seen people, like for real, I've never seen people refuse a blessing. We all want to be blessed. I go to my mailbox every day. I know ain't nothing coming and hoping something came. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, maybe I got a Chipotle. Like, listen to me, and this may sound funny to those of you listening. Even though as a company, we have been blessed, I promise you I'll still take if somebody gave me a Chipotle card for a free burrito, I promise you I'll take it. I promise you I'll take it.
I'm talking about so geeked. Yeah.
I'm talking about be geek, see? And I just did a gig, bruh. I would be geek. So it's something about blessings that for real.
Everybody always brings us Chick-fil-A cards and you are the real MVP.
Yeah, but some of you...
when we see y'all in New York, you know what I'm saying? If you see me standing there, feel free to bless me. You know what I'm saying?
Cash us out.
Feel free to
but I'm
bless me.
just saying, but I know that feels good, but at least, once or twice a month, make up in your mind that feeling that I love getting, because we all love getting.
Yeah.
I want to be on the end of giving
on the side of that.
Yeah, I want to be on the side of making people.
I told you the funniest thing in the world was, you know the Cash App. I can't remember if I told this or not, but obviously, it was funny because people hit us up and then, you know what I'm saying? They need to be blessed. Oh, they, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. People.
I know.
But now folk got back in the day, you had to write somebody a check. It had, you know what I'm saying? It was like a long, now you could just one click of a button, boom, you didn't transfer $100, $500. It was funny because somebody was like, Candace had been, using Cash App and cashing a couple people out, blessing a couple people, whatever. And then somebody was like, called and needed some money. I was like, oh man, they had a story or whatever. We was like, bet, you know what I'm saying? Candace was like, yo, download Cash App, connect it to your bank account, all of that. And the person was like, all right, cool. She was like, cool, I sent it. And they was like, oh, okay, how do I get the money out? And Candace was like, you know what? I don't know. She's like, I've never been on the other end of this. Like, I've only ever sent it. So I'm not exactly sure how to, extract it. So no, you're right, man. It is, when you're constantly on the side of looking out for people, it is good for having people look out for you, once in a while. But unfortunately, and I don't even want to go down this route right now because we could just start a whole nother podcast. Takers gonna be takers. And it is a spirit that most people just can't get off of them. And I'm not suggesting that if you're in need of a blessing, that you don't pray for that blessing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I am saying, there are, what E's famous line, E always said it. One of the first things I probably heard E ever say was, it's not equal giving, but it's equal sacrifice. And that always stuck with me because it's like, okay, you get, into a position where you're doing really well, you got all the money in the world. You just heard E. You think E really need a free burrito? No, but he appreciates the thought that's behind it when somebody looks out. So E may have to, buy you, may look out for you and cash you out 10 grand because your kitchen caught on fire. But a card to Chipotle could mean just as much in terms of sacrifice, in terms of the thought process behind it. So if you broke out there, send a card. You know what I'm saying? Do something that you could do to bless somebody and don't always be a taker, for real. You talk about takers, man, and like I said, I don't even really want to go down this path because it's about to be the holidays and Christmas, doggone it. But that is the truest thing. And that's the quickest way to burn somebody like E, to burn somebody like myself, Carl. That's the quickest way to burn me out and ensure I don't ever answer your phone call, ensure I don't ever, respond to a text. If every time we talk, it's like, yo, I need this, I need that, it's like, yo, that's the quickest way to burn people out because, chances are, if you asking them, guess what? Everybody asking. You know what I mean? And I think that's one of the part. Like I said, I don't even want to go down this path because we got to go. But
well, I'll tell you super quick before you go. I can tell you my man's name, Ernest Krim, a member of BU. When Chris passed, Ernest sent. I'm talking about it wasn't even like no big Hallmark card. It was a regular, like the smaller cards. But this dude had laminated like 6 or 7 scriptures in that joint. I'm talking about, they're sitting on my desk right now. Some that simple. I mean, the laminate, I'm sure that took a little extra work or whatever, but it ain't nothing out of your reach. You know what I'm saying? The card cost a couple of bucks. You type the scriptures out, laminate that joint. Probably $10, $15 maybe, but I'm telling you, the thing is still sitting on my desk. Like these scriptures of encouragement when you're going through this thing. Dude, it meant the world. You know what I'm saying? I remember his name to this day from all the other thousands of people in BU. I could tell you his name right now, and I don't know nothing else about him other than he took the time to think about us when we were going through that moment. Huge, man. So it don't have to be like C said, it don't have to be done super deep. The Chipotle probably mean more to eat than the 10,000, I promise you.
Oh, man, the Chipotle,
but the impact that it has is like, man, you are stopping to think about somebody else other than yourself at this moment in time. And watch how you feel, like he was saying, when you're on the other side of it. Watch how you feel for real, to be able to give and bless somebody and see them really appreciate it. I'm telling y'all, that feeling is something amazing. It's amazing.
You want to know what's another amazing feeling?
Yeah, what?
Organifi.
What? Tell me.
I'm glad you asked. You know what I'm saying? I'm so glad you asked. Organifi. I need like a sweet theme song for Organifi, man. Our partners in this podcast. Oh, man. Shout out to them. Like I said, they came out in San Fran and gave us the new flavor that was off the chain. Man, this stuff is so good for you, man. It is a quick and easy way to get your greens in, all right? And by 7 seconds, you can be as healthy as you want to be. And it also tastes good too, man. So get on that Organifi. Shout out to everybody out there who's killing that Organifi. Of course, you know they're a partner in this podcast. That's what allows us to do the podcast. So I really do appreciate them because this is not a free charity podcast. This is actually something that, we attempt to monetize, and Organifi helps us do that. We try to find great brands and great partnerships that we believe in, that we know could help you take you to that next level. So, man, why not use, something that we believe in? Carl will tell you, man, we get inquiries and offers from people of all ends of the earth to bring you guys sponsorships on this podcast, and we turn most of them, I'd say 90% of them down. And if it's something that we feel fits our brand and something we believe in, a product we actually use, we bring it to you guys. And so Organifi is one of those things that all of us use every single day. Literally every single day. There's Organifi everywhere in my house. Make sure I got it on deck. My wife my wife was holding on to the juicing every day, and she still does juice, occasionally, but now she's on that Organifi heavy, whole squad on it. Avery loves the Organifi. We're still working on Trey. He won't even give it a try, but the rest of us on that Organifi. So go to Organifi.com, Organifi.com. Use the promo code SUCCESS, all right? And get in your greens, get in your nutrients, man. And let's get on that health mission together. This podcast is also brought to you by Game Changer Speaking Academy, all right? Some of you know Game Changers. You've heard us talk about it a couple times, and it really is the most elite speaker training platform in the world, all right? So let me ask you, are you somebody who wants to get paid to speak? Want to learn how to share your craft and your story? Start a small business around your speaking? We're breaking down the 3 secrets to becoming a paid speaker and a go-to leader in your industry, all right? So you can join us for a live free webinar. Speaktodominate.com. That's speaktodominate.com. And there we're going to share ET's 7 P's to becoming a phenomenal speaker, all right? E came up with these on his own. We made him sit down and write it out, and then we put a whole program around it. But we're going to practically show you how, everybody in this program is blowing up. Kendall, Cantus, guys who were making $2,000 to speak are now making $7,000 to $10,000. I believe shout out to Kendall, just got like a $20,000 check from a school out east. Just killing it, man. People who really just started with us in the program and are really taking it to that next level. Shout out to Val, Mike Nelson, Jorge, Mustafa. I'm just naming everybody I heard talk on the call last night. But I mean, just killing it, man. We're getting some incredible success stories. And so we'd love for you to join us. Go to speaktodominate.com if you're interested in jumping into this with us, all right? We are actually training you ourselves. E, were we not on the phone last night for
Yes,
a
sir.
while, man,
Yes,
talking
sir.
to a speaker? So again,
Yes,
this is
sir.
not a program where you sign up and you're going to be talking to our assistant. You'll be on the phone with E, myself, Carl was on there last night, and we're going to be giving you honest feedback, and then once a quarter we get together, you get to actually speak in front of us, and then we'll certify you, and then you're certified by the best motivational speaker in the world, and that carries a lot of weight. So turn your speaking and your gift that you got into a career, all right? Speaktodominate.com. All right, let's jump into some Ask ET really quickly. Let's see, I got some questions here. All right, Jamie in La Jolla said, ET, do you think it's okay for a woman to propose?
I'm old school. That's a little weird. What is she supposed? What is she? Yeah. What?
She
Yeah, that's kind
a
of
business deal.
That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. I'm sorry. That's kind of weird. Take my Nope, he shouldn't do it. It should be a men only. Yeah. No, I'm gonna get in trouble with somebody. But
I was gonna say, some feminists out here about to start something up with that.
Jada gonna call me and say that. Dad, you're sexist.
So no. Okay, got it. We'll move on. All right, next question. Wes in Pennsylvania said, let me tell y'all, thank y'all. Y'all had me about to run off the side of the road with that negative feedback. Thanks for making my commute enjoyable. Lance in Miami said, hey, ET, thanks for everything. At what point do you give up on a dream? I've been working on my music for 7 years, and so far I have nothing to show for it. I'm 24 now, and my girlfriend is threatening to leave me if I don't get a real job.
Oh, yeah. I think that's the answer.
Right, I think so.
That's when you know to abandon it, when your girlfriend about to leave you. To be honest, I think that when you go into a dream, I don't think that you should have necessarily like mile markers, but I think when your heart is no longer in it is when you should come out of it. So what do I mean by that? If you feel like you put in a whole bunch of work and you don't see no results, and your heart, that's making your heart not be in it, and that's it, you out. Or if you put a lot into it, you're starting to lose money, and you're like, man, I'm losing money. Like this is going nowhere fast, and you start to feel your heart change or turn, then I think that's probably when you need to abandon it and just know, C's asked me this a few times, but I can tell you guys, under no circumstances, when we were doing this work, did my heart ever turn. Whether it was the bank that didn't come through, whether it was getting money out the vending machine, my heart never turned. But I will be honest and tell you, when I was at Michigan State University and some stuff happened, my heart turned. Like I can't keep doing this. And that's how I knew I needed to get out of it, because my heart turned from it. So yeah, as long as your heart is in it, keep doing it. But because like your girl's heart don't have nothing to do with your heart, right? Your mom and daddy's heart don't have nothing to do with your heart. I think it took us probably more than 7 years to get where we are. But I will say for real, when your heart is no longer in it, then you probably need to exit the building.
This comes from Life Empowerment. Before he found CJ and Carl, I guess they're talking about you, E, when and how did you know the last guys weren't going to, oh Lord, you about to get me in trouble. I didn't even read this.
Yeah. Well, let me say this.
Yeah. And how did you know CJ and Carl would take you to the next level? Let's just stay on the...
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that, because for real, I was with my boy L just recently. And for real, I have to say this because you guys don't know. So you say it the way you asked me the question the way you asked me, but I actually never left them. With us, sometimes when you hang out with your boys and y'all talk it out, it's not like you forgot stuff, but it's like you don't necessarily connect all the dots. But L actually left and moved back to California. So L went to California, and because he's from California, the weather's beautiful. So he was like, he went out there to visit, stayed out there for 3 or 4 months, and was like, I'm not coming back. Lee actually moved to Nashville, and Lee moved to Nashville. So I would see Lee from time to time, but he and his wife and kids actually moved to Nashville, Tennessee. So I'm not saying that they left me, but I'm saying they had moved long before I moved. They moved. In terms of ministry, L left me when he went back. And with Lee and I kind of, would do stuff together, but not as frequent as we did when I was in Huntsville, of course. So then when I moved to Michigan, I didn't do any ministry for 2 years because I was working on my master's degree. So no, I didn't really leave them, but it's one of those things, man, where, people have to go and chase their dreams. Lee and his wife had their own stylist company. They owned, he had, of course, was a barber and she was a stylist. And like I said, Elle went home, not only to just kind of go home, but his grandma was sick. So I think that played a big part in him staying. And we just never reconnected. Like that's really what happened. Once I went to school, I was like, I'm through with speaking for a couple years. Like I really need to get this degree. I really need to take my game to the next level. And so we never really reconnected, but C and I and Carl, like we connected. So that's the real story behind the story.
The docuseries coming to a theater near you.
Right, near you. You feel me?
Let's see. We got some. Yeah, Bruce in Iowa said, thanks for the podcast, fellas. Glad to know I'm not the only one with a miserable wife. And I think that will do it because I got a lot going on in my house.
I'm not the only one.
Get ready for Thanksgiving. So, any announcements, Carl? Hit us with some announcements, man. Let's get.
Yep, we got Ignite the Dream New York. That's about 2 weeks away, 2 to 3 weeks away now. So as soon as you finish eating your Thanksgiving dinner, I need you on the website booking your ticket if you do not have it yet. I'm going to the extreme. I asked E today to start doing some messages for the people that bought tickets already. I ain't even waiting no more. I'm like, E, just give me a couple little nuggets I can start sending to the group that bought, because we want to honor the people that's taking themselves seriously. So if you have not bought a ticket yet, this is the time, this is the day. Go get your ticket to New York. Inky, of course, bringing the heat, E.T. bringing the heat, and Toby bringing the triple heat. Toby's, is it this week Toby doing his concert?
Yeah, Toby
in Atlanta?
I would announce it, but by the time y'all hear this, we'll be at the concert.
Yeah.
So he's sold out, I think, almost every city. So
the whole
shout
tour,
out to Toby.
yeah.
I'm excited about being there. I'll be there on Thursday night in the building.
So Ignite ain't just the term we're using. Like, this fire for real, y'all. And then, of course, we got our Phenomenal Life Jamaica, y'all. Montego Bay, February 25th to March 3rd. You still got a couple of months to get them pennies together. We did it long in advance, so we ain't got to hear no excuses. Well, what had happened was, you got enough time to save $100 here, $50 here. Ask your cousin to support you, like we just talked about. Tell them support the family, and make sure you are locked and loaded
with the hopes
for
of getting a check.
Getting checked, right. There it is. Make sure you volunteer. Let them know you need some money for Phenomenal Life Jamaica. Again, that's February 25th to March 3rd, y'all. Yeah, that's it, see.
Also, Carl, I think we got some incredible stuff coming up for Black Friday. I know we'll probably make that announcement next podcast. But just be on the lookout, man. We are serious about you guys investing in yourselves. Don't just buy another flat screen. Like, yo, for real, we want you to invest in yourselves, and we got some great tools and products that we feel like can take you to that next level. So I don't know if the shirts will be ready for this Friday, but for sure next Friday we'll get the Veganish shirts and the GMG. Also, man, the programs, the Speaker Training Game Changer program I mentioned, I know we're going to do a Black Friday special for that too. And so be on the lookout for that, as well as, Carl, a couple of people hit me up. Trey's book is back in stock, correct?
Yes, sir. We have them.
All right. So where do they order that at?
Right on our website. Go to etinspires.com and you'll see the Grind Gear store. We got everything there, all the books, all the shirts, everything. So we're keeping it simple for you. A couple people were asking me, see, how do I get it? The book, My Secret Superpower, is back in stock. Makes a great gift as well. So go check that out. Other than that, I think we're good to go. The Lakers are terrible. Let's just recap.
I heard they've been winning.
Lions are terrible.
I heard they've been winning. I heard the Lakers been winning.
I think they just got to 50. I think they just got to
500.
50.
Yeah,
500.
Really good then.
Yeah, well, if you say so. And then any predictions? Who gonna take it? In Golden State lost. I saw are they vulnerable now or what?
The New Orleans Saints are gonna take it.
Oh, the Saints look good, don't they?
Yeah.
Any predictions where the Lions gonna finish?
Oh, no question. Yeah, last in the division.
Crazy
Exactly
too.
where they
You know
finished
what
last
though?
year.
Maybe they can turn it around. We got all the Patriots' whole former staff, so we'll see if that works.
Bruh, hey, we're gonna have to talk about that. I literally have the stats, and not one coach that left under the tutelage and went to his own team has a winning record. I think Bill O'Brien might be his name. I don't know.
Yeah,
but he's the only one that had a winning record, and he was like 51 for 49.
I think he trying to say that so we don't never try to leave him. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you the truth.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
telling you the truth.
It sounds like
you
it's
know
an
what I also
ulterior
read?
motive behind them stats.
Oh.
Hey, what I also
what are
read
your motives,
was,
E?
yeah, what I also read was it is actually the defense that has been dominant, not the offense. They showed, like in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl, that they might only average like 12 points, but it's been the defense that's dominating. So we got to talk about that one day.
Yeah,
See, I
crazy
want to
too.
break that
Talk
down.
about Philly struggling too because they won the Super Bowl. So they got Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? It's different when everybody start getting commercials and contracts and happened to Denver. You know what I'm saying? Denver won and that they kind of got Hollywood and they kind of falling off.
Yeah.
Sorry, Josh.
It's rough, bro. It's kind of rough to stay on top.
What's the Lions' excuse? You know what I'm saying? What gave y'all the right to chill? Anyway, E, give us a nugget of the day so we can get up out of here.
So more facts, guys, today. So do me a favor, make it happen. Okay, make it happen. And I get you, we're kind of waiting for things to happen, but there's some things like going to another level, you got to make it happen. I was reading about this kid named Donald Glover, and it says when he was writing for 30 Rock, so that's how he kind of started. He wrote for 30 Rock, the sitcom. He was still an RA in his New York University dorm. So this kid wasn't even like in grad school or hadn't finished college, like even as an RA. And I don't know if y'all really know what RA is. That's a lot. Like it's a lot of responsibility. You going to school, who thinks that a 19, 20-year-old kid can actually write, for a prominent sitcom, but he did. So I just want to tell you, don't wait. Like, do not wait. There are some opportunities that if they're going to be created, you have to build it. You got to go get your bucket and your sand. You know what I'm saying? And you got to go with your sandbox and build it and make it happen. So really think that through as we in 2018, if there's some things still in your life that you feel like, well, I thought so-and-so, and I thought so-and-so. It's funny, I had a conversation with Josh today, and I was just like, yo, Josh, like people have to truly understand that if there are things you want done, it is your responsibility to do it. Like you cannot put your life or your success or your future in somebody else's hand. It doesn't mean you can't build with people, but I think too many of you, just like I said about you expect me to do it for free, but then I have to pay you. It's the same thing. Some of your dreams, you expect those of us who've built our dreams, some of us who've like grinded and did what we're supposed to do. Like you look to us to say, yo, how do I do this? See? How do I do this, Carl? Man, I don't know. And what you have to understand is we didn't have a blueprint. We just got in the sand. We just got our bucket and our shovel, and we just start going for it, right? And so some of you are going to people who built, and you're asking people who built something to tell you how to build it when they never had anybody tell them how to build it, right? So you deserve it. You probably should have it at this point in your life. You could do a great work with it. You could enjoy your life, take your family to another level with it. But if you're still waiting on somebody else to build your dreams, I think you really need to rethink that because they're building their dreams and their responsibility is not to build their dreams and build your dreams too.
Hey, appreciate that nugget of the day. Love you fellas. Hey, appreciate y'all listening, man. We'll see you next week.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul.